it is Thursday. TTT parties are taking place throughout the globe. I sure hope you have one set because people want to get to one and find out what's happening in Team Effort Network. And that's the perfect place to introduce what we do. Well, you have dialed into the Team Effort Lifestyle Call, and this is your host, Cassidy McDowell, along with my business partner, Pastor Del Wafer. Well, the line is open. Go right ahead. Introduce yourself. Where are you calling in from?
Yeah, this is Chris Day calling from ATL, Georgia.
All right, superstar. Here you, sir. How's it going, Mr. Day?
I'm doing good. How you doing today, Pastor?
I'm doing great, sir. Can't wait to hear what you're going to share today.
Oh, Lord.
I know it's going to be great. Well, who else is with us? Who else is with Chris and Pat and I? Introduce yourself. Where are you calling in from?
You got Keith Moultrie from Only, Maryland.
All right, Mr. Keith Moultrie. I'll tell you guys, Keith Moultrie is rising to the top really fast, really fast.
Oh, man, I'm all fired up. I'm doing wonderful. No, I don't know what sleep is right now. I think I'm taking the deep boost later or something, right?
We got plenty of time to sleep. It's now time to dream. We can sleep later.
That's right.
Time to dream, right? That's right. Who else is with us, family? Go right ahead. Introduce yourself.
Good morning. It's Maureen from Washington, D.C., Executive Founding Member.
Good morning, Miss Maureen Murphy-Smith, Executive Founding Member, DCQ Qualified. How are you?
I am blessed. I am freezing, but guess what? I'm all sprayed up. Took all my spray this morning, even though it's cold outside. I am warm from taking my sprays.
Woo! Look, 15 degrees, Stan. Look, where's Nikisha Bond now? She was crying about 40 degrees in California. 15 degrees, family. That's what we're doing right now.
No. 10 degrees when I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock. It was 10 degrees minus probably 0. It was 10 degrees at 6 this morning.
So Nikisha, come visit us now.
Exactly. She should come and check us out.
They don't know what cold weather is, right, Maureen?
That's right. Yes, sir.
Well,
the conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
Love it. Thank you, Maureen Smith. She's an executive founding member, GCQ Qualified, building a phenomenal team in 10, as well as Pat Loeb, taking great leadership, making things happen in 10, getting people trained, equipped, motivated. She was our guest speaker yesterday. We had a wonderful time on the call with her, and of course, our guest speaker for today, who we will hear from in just a few minutes. But I want to welcome you, each and every one of you, down into the Team Effort Lifestyle Call. And as I always say, you are going to hear things that's going to move you from facts to faith to action. But I want you to keep a good vision this year. January, I'm going to keep saying it until you're part of me. January is so important. This is the first month of the year. This is where you lay your foundation. This is where you plant your seeds, okay? This is sowing time. This is where we're sowing, and we're going to reap that big harvest in just a few months. So you want to do a lot of sowing. And I want to make sure you're dreaming big enough. Make sure your dream is big. If someone were to ask you for this year, what are your dreams and what do you want for this year? What are your hopes and what is your agenda? What are you trusting God for? Would you have an answer for that? If you don't have an answer for that right now, you're in trouble. You should have an answer for each and every one of those questions. So make sure you're on target, you're focused, your goals are set. You know where you're going in 2015. I can't say this enough now. Jill said, you're going to will it to happen. You're going to confess it. You're going to say it. You're going to write it out. You're going to put it before you. You're going to stay focused, family, because it's going to happen. I'm extremely excited this year because I'm excited for you because I know this is going to happen and it's going to happen for you, and I'm happy for you because I do truly believe that what your heart's desire is from Team Effort Network is going to happen this year. Let's not forget to take advantage of the Fast Start Frenzy bonus. And this is for the month of January only. It's for new distributors. The way it works, if you're a new distributor coming in the month of January, you have 7 days to get your new business partner on the Diamond Package, and you're going to double your Fast Start bonus receiving $100 instead of $50. And if you get a second person within that same 7 days, you're going to triple your Fast Start bonus, receiving $150 for introducing 2 new business partners to your business. That's exciting. People are looking for what we have. Please get out there and share the testimonies and the stories that are coming forth as a result of taking these wonderful vitamin sprays. And, of course, the 10 extravaganza, just a couple of months away. Please take advantage of the early bird special that will be in effect until Wednesday of next week. So get your ticket because I know you're going. You know you're going to be there. You can't miss this. This is history in the making. And you want to be able to say, I was there for the first celebration. I was there. Well, family, my business partner, Pastor Dale, he's out and about taking care of some things. But I have a phenomenal gentleman on the call with us today. And I'm excited to hear what he's going to share with us. He just so happens to live in Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. He played with the NFL football. He played with the Green Bay Packers. Ooh, go Green Bay, right? No, go Redskins, right? Okay, let me leave it alone.
Uh-oh.
All right, you gotta leave my Redskins alone. I ain't thinking about y'all. They going. Give us another year, so we'll get there. And this gentleman, he's in business with his wife, and his wife have a business. They're business partners. Their company is called Results by Day Fitness, and they also have Zero Platinum Strength Conditioning Company. And they're also with Team as a Network, and they are making a big entrance. They just joined the company a few months ago, and they're running strong with the vitamin sprays and introducing people to what we're doing at Team as a Network. So let's welcome to the call, none other than Mr. Chris Day. Chris, I hear you there. I hear you.
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Every day is good. Like,
that's
you know,
right.
before I start, I want to give props to God first and foremost. I want to thank God for giving me life and health and everything else that came with it, you know. And, there's so many things that we take for granted sometimes that we don't step back and just give God thanks just for the small things, like being able to just reach down and tie your shoe. You know, that's a major blessing. And then, you know, second, I want to thank you, Pastor Denise, for just inviting me to just say a few words. You know, I know this is my second time doing it. I remember the first time I did it, I was so nervous. I'm still a little nervous, but I'm not as nervous. So I feel a little better. But I want to thank you guys for you know, just having me and giving me an opportunity to speak. I want to thank Kevin Vaughn, my sponsor down here in Atlanta, for just sharing the opportunity with me, because he didn't have to, you know, and he did. He talked to me, he shared it with me, he invited me to come to Washington, D.C. He paid for everything. I just rolled with him, and he gave me an opportunity to see the sprays and to hear the testimonies and hear and see the compensation plan. I saw Pastor Denise, she had a brand new Mercedes. It was red, it was clean. You know what I'm saying? When I was standing outside when she pulled up, and I said, "Who is this lady?" She must be special. She got a green bow on her car. and that don't get you excited, I don't know. Your pulse might be low. But okay, you know, for new people that's just been invited to the call, to people that's already in the business, you know, they are one of the reasons I like 10. The reason I'm loving 10 is just because there's so many great people that's at your disposal that you can talk to, you know, from around the country. There's different professions that specialize in different things, and you know, everybody's so nice and friendly because everybody like-minded. Everybody's trying to help somebody else. Everybody is trying to be successful. Like for instance, L.A. Anderson. I got 1,000 postcards from him for $100. 1,000 postcards for $100. Listen here. These marketing tools are so major because, you know, we're not selling vitamins. We're not selling a business opportunity. We sharing vital information with a hurting world. We sharing information with an overweight world, with a sick and hurt and dying world. You know, we just sharing the information. And what better way to share this information than to have something tangible, a postcard, a flyer, a brochure, because that's your second chance. I don't know about some people. Some people got a warm market. They got plenty of people that they know that they can go to and talk to and share this information with. But me personally, I'm in a cold market. So having that flyer, having that brochure, having those business cards is so major because it gives me a second chance to talk to somebody that I only meet once. For instance, we all know how life is. Life happens. Life is what it is. And it seems like the greatest opportunities seem to come to you at the worst time. Right? Mortgage due, gas bill, light bill, and when we approaching people to share the information, sometimes it's not that they don't want to hear what you got to say, or they're not interested in the opportunity or some things like that, or that nature. Sometimes it's just a bad time. But by us having so many different type of people within 10, people like LA that can do the flyers and the brochures and the cards and different things like that, having that resource, that tool, when you give that person that card, they might say no right then and might throw it in their car, that car that they live in, they got all their clothes, got different clothes and work folders, and the car just a mess. They're always on the go, But 2 or 3 months later, when they clean that car out, they find that card, and it might be perfect timing. And now you just got a second chance. Because think about it, once you initially share that information with somebody, they remember what you said. But until they have something in their hand, once they have something in their hand, it's major. And I know that's been helping me and my wife a lot, is that we're able to get out and give out those brochures. Because then, it's quick. You can say something to somebody, hey, I just want to share this information with you. This has been a really helpful thing for my family and the people around me, is to help improve their health. If you're interested, give me a call and just walk away, And I get a lot of callbacks from things like that. And another lady, Nikisha Bond, she was on the call Monday. Nikisha got a website that me and my wife was looking at. And I just said to myself, I got to get a website like this. And that was Denise. I called Nikisha, and I tell you, me and Nikisha had a conversation like we best friends. She set up a website for me and everything. So, boom, just being able to reach out and network with people within this company is great. Okay, so I'm not going to spend too much more time on that. I'm going to get right into these products. I know a lot of people probably already familiar with the products. Some people may not be familiar with the products, but I'm just going to roll through it because it's kind of cold outside right now. I know people trying to stay warm. Okay, we got what make our products different is the delivery system, and people don't understand. Some people don't understand how important that is. Back in the day, even now, people still take pills, people still take vitamins, but they only receiving 20% of the active ingredient. It's only being absorbed 20% of the active ingredient to their body. So when they take pills, it's effective and it works, but not on the level that they see major improvement. You might feel a little better here and there, but the improvement is not, how can I say it, earth-shaking. But with the Intra oil sprays, our team at 10 figured out that inside your cheeks, you have mucus glands or sublingual glands, and they are directly connected to your blood vessels, your capillaries. So when you spray, the digestion process begins right then. Within 5 to 10 seconds, you got a direct deposit of 98% of the active ingredient that your body needs. And if that's the highest thing you can find on the market, and that's why the sprays are so effective. Like with vitamin D, a lot of people don't know. See, you grew up thinking vitamin D was just for strong bones and calcium and stuff like that, right? But 77% of Americans are vitamin D deficient. So if you say you in a cold market and you realize this one fact, 77% of people in this country are vitamin D deficient. That means if you go in the store and you see 10 people, 7 out of 10 of those people are vitamin D deficient. They need the spray. So, but you don't try to push it on them or anything like that. You just share. Just share the information. Just tell them about it. You know, don't be afraid, you know. And a good thing about vitamin D, this is a fact I think everybody should know about vitamin D. Vitamin D is more than just a vitamin. It's metabolized and converted into a hormone within your body that regulates 1 out of 6 genes out of a 2,000 gene pool of your body. So every part of your body is basically functioning off of this vitamin D when it's converted into a hormone. You know, vitamin D deficiencies lead to like asthma, diabetes, lupus, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, hypertension, and the list goes on, you know. And one thing I like about the sprays is that even my children ask about them. You know, I got 3 little kids. I got a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. My 4-year-old daughter wake up in the morning and look at me and smile and say, "Daddy, I want D." She said, "Dad, I want D because it squeak." and I give it a spray. I give them all the spray. And believe it or not, like, okay, my oldest daughter is 7. She's in the 2nd grade. Every day she wants to take her teacher a spray. I'm like, you can't take your teacher a spray every day, baby. We won't have no spray. I think she's selling more sprays than me. She's in the 2nd grade. But on a serious note, usually by now, children been had a cold at least 3 or 4 times. Me and my wife, we spray the kids at least twice with each spray. Just give them 2 pumps, boom, boom, one on each cheek. And they haven't been sick at all since we first encountered the sprays. And to me, that is a blessing because usually it's like a domino effect. When one child gets sick, the next one gets sick, then the next one gets sick, and then the next thing you know, you sick. When I say my wife hadn't had a cold, I hadn't had a cold, my daughter hadn't had a cold, my son hadn't had a cold, nobody's been sick. Okay, but I'm gonna go on to the next part. That's just vitamin D, you know, and that shows you the power and the efficiency of the spray of the delivery system. It's the same vitamin D that we took when we was little. It's the same exact vitamin D. Ain't nothing different about it. The only difference is the delivery system. You're getting 98% of the active ingredient into your system. Now your system can utilize what it needs to function properly. No, the vitamins don't heal you. Your body heals itself. The reason your body hadn't been healing itself is because it hadn't had the proper fuel that it needs to function properly. Without proper function, it can't operate. That's when you start getting diabetes and start having Parkinson's. You know, your body was designed, your body is self-perpetuating. It was meant to last. It was built to last. You made in the image of God. Well, okay, I'm gonna go. I ain't gonna get crunk like that yet. Slim by 10. Now this right here is gonna trip you out right here, because Slim is off the chain. When I say Slim off the chain, Slim has 4 active ingredients that's known worldwide for their weight loss attributes, or natural ingredients that's known worldwide for their weight loss attributes. You got green tea extract, African mango, green coffee bean extract, Then you got the Garcinia cambogia. Now, all 4 of these have been all on Dr. Oz, all on the news. I'm gonna read some that I ran across last night talking about Garcinia cambogia. I can't say, I'm not gonna say the product's name because I don't want to get nobody in trouble. But I'm gonna say this is what it reads. It says the holy grail of weight loss. People report that this unique blend of Garcinia cambogia helps to burn fat, suppress the appetite, heighten energy levels, enhance the effects of exercise, reduce the waistline, and encourage colonic regularity. Not only does this powerful combination mean you get 3 times the benefit in just 1 capsule, it also enhances and multiplies the effectiveness of each use. He said the results may come quickly. Many people, hold on, let me turn it over. He said many people notice an immediate difference in their productivity along with higher and sustained energy levels throughout the day. Now, this is a product that I was looking up, and these are the capsules. Now, with this capsule, you're only going to absorb 20%. Now, if 20% is that effective, and that's what they're saying about 20%, what do you think 98% is going to do for you? What? Now, you think about this. If 28% is putting fat in a headlock, what do you think 98% of this active ingredient is going to do to some fat? It's going to drop kick it right out the ring. Look, now this was crazy. The Slim by 10 actually has all 4 of these active ingredients: Garcinia cambogia, green tea extract, African mango, green coffee bean extract. Now, when I was on Amazon last night, I looked up how much it would cost for each individual product. And I didn't want to just give you the highest cost, so I looked at the lowest one and the highest one. The Garcinia cambogia runs from $24 to $59. The green tea extract anywhere from $9 to $25. The African mango from $10 to $45. And the green coffee bean extract from $12 all the way up to $28. Now, I loaded up my shopping cart just to see exactly how much that'll cost. At the Amazon price, if you bought the cheapest bottle of each product, you would spend $56.98. And then with shipping and handling, it was $65.98. Now, this is where we come in at. Because if you go that route, if you decide to get those pills, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's going to help. But remember this. You only get 20%. Let's say, let's just use this scenario. What would you do if you went to the gas station and put $65.98? You paid $65.98 for gas, but you pulled off at 20%. 20% of $65.98 is $13.19. So you spend $65.98 on all 4 of these products, but you only gonna get $13.19 worth of active ingredient in your body. I don't know about you, but if I give you $65, I want my $65 worth. You know what I'm saying? Or even swap ain't never been a swindle. With 10 Slim by 10, when you get your product, you got all 4 active ingredients, and you get 98% of the active ingredient within your body. Me and my wife, we got a nanny. Her name's Yolanda Smith. She stay with us, and she help watch the kids for us. And she been using the Slim. Now, you know, me and my wife, we do personal training. So we try to eat right, eat healthy, and things like that, and be active. And since she's been with us in April, between April last year and now, she's lost 68 pounds.
Wow.
Listen, she was on that slim, and when I say 3 weeks, this girl poked 5 holes in her belt. 5 holes in her belt in 3 weeks, and she says she feels great. She look good. She feel better. She got more energy. She worked 2 jobs. So she worked 2 jobs and keep the kids. She a beast. But I'm gonna move on, you know, and I'm not gonna stay on these too long. But the B boost, and it is a complex B12, B6, B3. Like they told us growing up, it was just for energy. But this complex helps improve your organ function, your nervous system, your GI tract, defend against diabetes, high blood pressure, chronic fatigue, depression, joint pain, vision, memory problems. Listen, my wife's best friend, grandmother, has dementia. We sent her a D and a B. We just sold it. We just sold the seed into her life because we care about her. And within 2 days, her friend was calling us back like, what's in this stuff? You like vitamins. She like, what's in this stuff? She said, because my grandma started back talking. She acting like herself again. And to hear that, you know, it's just uplifting, you know what I'm saying? Just know that you can play a part of help bring somebody back from the grave, you know, bring somebody back from the dark side of, you know, you got, it get kind of hard for me to explain sometimes because there's so much that can offer, because not only do they offer an opportunity to help somebody, they offer you an opportunity to help change your financial situation. And I know, like, we got existing members. We got some people that's been in and they can't seem to make it work. Some people trying to get over that hump. Well, I want to say this to you. You know what I'm saying? To the existing members that's already in the business. I just want to ask you a question. What would you do? How would you respond? You know, how would you act? How would you carry yourself if you knew without a reasonable doubt, with all confidence as a fact, what would you do if you knew it was impossible to fail? What would you do? How would your life change? What would you attempt? What would you try to do if you knew it was impossible for you to fail? How would you carry yourself? I mean, think about this. Just ask yourself that question. Just think about it for a brief second. If you knew you couldn't fail, how would you approach your life? Would you change? Would you have more swag? Would you walk different? Would you talk different? Would you be different? But think about this. Now, Pastor Denise, she's a pastor. Pastor Dale, they're a pastor. I ain't no pastor. But I read my Bible. Now, and I do believe in God. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that His word is true. And I ran across this the other day that had me thinking. And the reason I posed this question is because the scripture I ran across. It's Luke 18:27. And he said, the things which are impossible with man are possible with God. And I just sat back and thought about that, like, man, hold on. What I can't do, God can do. So if I just have faith in that, I can't fail. How much different would you operate if you couldn't fail and you knew you wouldn't fail? See, to the existing members, to the people who enrolled and the people who not being able to get their 2 people yet. This is what I want to say to you. You gotta have enough faith to overcome your fear. You got to have enough faith to overcome your fear. Because every time you out, think about this. When you go to the gas station, how many people do you see? When you go in Walmart, how many people do you see? On your way to the car, how many people do you see? But what happens is, when you get ready to say something to somebody, you be thinking about it, but then you get scared. Well, I'm sorry. You see somebody and you may get afraid. You know what I'm saying? And you may get like, they start thinking, well, they may not be interested. Well, I don't know. No. Because that same person that you think ain't interested, that's your ace. That person that you think not gonna want to hear it, that's your ace. That's one of your top people. That's one of your top producers in your company. But the devil know that too. And that's why when you saw him, you got nervous because he put that fear in you like, no, don't talk to him. Because he want to talk you out of it. But you got to have your faith up enough to overcome your fear. And I know you saying yourself like, you know, how I do that. Okay? One way you do that is you got to realize what success is. Everybody got a definition of success. But the best one I ever heard in my life, to me, was from a guy named Earl Nightingale. He said, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. I'm going to say it again, just in case y'all didn't care. He said, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That means you set a goal. You come up with an idea that's worth something, and then you progressively, day by day, realize it. That means you take a step toward it every day. See, people don't. The reason people don't succeed out here in this business, because you got a system already set up. People already being successful. You hear the testimonies. You know the product works. But the reason that some people not being successful yet, the reason that if you haven't got your two people yet, is because you ain't created your worthy idea yet. Your worthy idea might be to match what you make on your full-time job. Your worthy idea might be to just put extra $200 of income in your house. Your worthy idea might be just to help one person recover. But that's worthy because that's honest. That's honest, clean. I'm gonna work hard to get what I need. I ain't being greedy. I ain't trying to I ain't trying to get it all for myself. But it's a worthy idea. It's a worthy idea to want to do better in life, you know? But just think about this. Think about it. I'm gonna break it down in layman terms enough so even my child can understand. Because if I gave you a jigsaw puzzle, like if I gave you a 200-piece jigsaw puzzle, Pastor Denise, and how long would it take you to put it together?
200 pieces jigsaw puzzle?
Yeah, 200-piece jigsaw puzzle. If you were just taking your time, you know, you do a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, it wouldn't take that long, would it?
No, not at all. As long as I did a little bit each day, a little bit each hour, it wouldn't take long at all.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. What if I gave you that same exact jigsaw puzzle, but it didn't have a picture on the box? How long did it take you to put it together?
Yeah, that's going to take some strategizing. That's going to take some imagination and some dreaming. That's going to take some effort. That's going to take a little bit longer.
That you probably get frustrated and flip the table over. And that's what happens with people. That's why they quit. That's why they stop working. That's why they have good seed, good product, good people around them, but they ain't made no picture in their head. They ain't came with no word of idea. Their puzzle ain't got no picture. Because they got all the pieces. Their puzzle ain't got a picture on the box. They can't see where they're going. So they get frustrated. Just think about you trying to put together this jigsaw puzzle and you ain't got no picture. They get frustrated, and that's why they quit. So this is what I'm going to say right here. If y'all don't mind, you know, I'm gonna give you one more scripture, and then I got a challenge for everybody on this call. This other scripture is this. It say, I don't know if I'm saying this right. It say Habakkuk. Am I saying it right? Habakkuk.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, chapter 2, verse 2. He said, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that read it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Now, when you write it down, when you come up with your worthy idea, when you create that picture in your mind of what you want, and you write it down on that table, every time you read it, you're going to run. Every time you read it, you're going to run. That's the picture of your puzzle. You got all the pieces. You got the products. You got the system. You got people around you that are helping. You got you. And you got God. God said with him it's impossible. He said what's impossible with you by yourself is possible with him. So you can't fail. You got all the pieces of the puzzle. The only thing you have to do is create the picture that go on the box. Now, if y'all don't mind, I would like to challenge anybody out here who up for a challenge, a 30-day challenge. What you gonna do, you're gonna get one index card. And on one side, you gonna write down your words, the idea, what it is you want to achieve in 10, what it is you want to achieve in the next 30 days. Don't write down all your goals, because sometimes we be having too many goals and trying to do too many things at one time. If you ain't got those 2 people, your goal should be to get 2. Matter of fact, set a goal, get 1. Write that worthy idea down on your index card on one side. And on the other side, you write that Luke chapter 18, verse 27. He said, the things which are impossible with men are possible with God. You write that on one side and you write your goal on the other side, and you take that card with you like your American Express. You never leave home without it. For the next 30 days, you take that card with you, and every chance you get, you reach in your pocket and you read it. You reach in your pocket and you read it. Put it back in your pocket, you read it. Every time, all day for the next 30 days. But when you read, you make sure that you take a step forward. When you feel that fear trying to tell you not to talk, you got to be a bully. You got to beat up your fear. Beat it up. Don't let it beat you up. Because if you let it beat you up, you'll never be successful in nothing you do. You'll never accomplish your goals in nothing you do if you get afraid, if you let fear rule you. You got to have enough faith to overcome your fear. Don't forget the card. The card is your table. You write it down on that table, that word, the idea. You can do it because you can't fail.
Wow. Wow. That is a challenge, I think, and I think it's perfect to have that challenge at the beginning of the year for the month of January. And, you know, when I think about Chris is talking, Chris was one of many, that was selected, or there are many. Chris was selected to play NFL football. And when you think of the amount of people that go to school, that go to college, with the same hope that they will be the ones selected to play on an NFL football team, and you know there's many that don't make it, but there's got to be something within a person that they made it. Their dream may have been bigger. Their commitment may have been bigger. Maybe Chris wrote those goals down. Maybe Chris confessed that from the time he picked up a football, that I will play NFL football one day. I don't know, but I can only imagine that when people accomplish their goals, it's done just like that. It has to be written out. You have to write it out. You have to look at it. You have to confess it. And you have to do exactly what Chris did. Find out in the scripture where it has already been promised to you. and write it with it and read it every day and confess it. And I'm telling you, family, you're well on your way of accomplishing what it is you want to achieve in 2015. I think the information that we're getting, the direction that we get on this call for this week, for the month of January, is setting each and every one of you up for great success. The only thing is, who is going to take the action? Because some of the ideas may sound ridiculous to you, but I want you to remember what Walt Disney did, or what Walt Disney would do. Walt Disney would take some crazy, out of this world idea, and he would take it to his advisory board. And he would say, look, guys, this is what I have in mind. This is what I'm going to do. And unless he got a response from everyone on the board, that's ridiculous. Well, we can't do that. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Impossible. Unless he got that type of response from everyone on the board, he didn't pursue it. But if that's the response that he got from everybody, that's crazy. That doesn't make sense. Impossible. You can't do it. Guess what? It was worth his effort to pursue it. And that's why we have Disney World now. Because people thought it was crazy, impossible. You're out of your mind. And he said, then it's worth me to pursue it. And sometimes your dream, there's only people going, you know what your dream is. Is your dream powerful enough for you to pursue it? Of course it is. But the steps and the training that we're getting from Chris, from Pat, from Nikisha this week, Vicky Soto, everyone that's on the call, they're giving you these steps that helps your dream become reality. But you have to put it in place. You have to take action. You have to make it happen. Mel and Amy McGill have created something that is a me only. They have brought something to the industry that no one else has. No one has the, of course, there's other sprays out there. But we have vitamin sprays with the highest quality of ingredients. We have testimonies after testimonies after testimonies. We have a company that's been in the industry for 12 years. Patient gets on it every Wednesday nonstop. And we have a one-of-a-kind dual-core double binary. All the work has been worked out. We are debt-free. We are privately held. Everything, the hard work is done. Mel and Miguel is saying, now you take it and you run with it. What do you want to do with it? It's in your hands. Chris, thank you so much for bringing direction and guidance and passion to the talk today. I hope it was enough to enlighten someone that's listening. I hope that they've already written out what their goal is, and they've already written that scripture behind it, because those that take action make it happen. Chris, thank you so much for sharing with us today. We appreciate that.
And you know what? I got one more thing to say, and I'm going to go back to work. Y'all got to remember this, okay? Because it's part of it. Embrace your struggle. You know what I'm saying? Embrace the struggle, because you learn the most from your failures. You learn more by people telling you no than you do by everybody telling you yes. It's this thing called the law of averages. If you understand what the law of averages is, it'll change your life. It make this business easy. It make it so easy because the law of averages state that if you do anything enough times, a ratio will appear. You'll get a ratio. Now, in baseball, they call that a batting average. Now, I want y'all to just hear this. In baseball, if you bat 300, you get paid $3.5 million. Don't you know that means that out of 10 times that you up the bat, you get struck out 7 out of 10 times? 7 out of 10 times you get struck out, and you hit 3 times out of 10, and they give you a $3.5 million contract. Well, Mel and Amy Gill gave us that same contract. But you have to remember the law of averages. If you do anything enough, a ratio appears. If you go out and talk to 10 people, and one person say yeah, guess what just happened? A ratio just started. And one thing about ratios, they tend to continue. So think about this. If you just decide to work your business, you set aside a time frame. that you're going to go out, I'm going to work 1 hour a day, and I'm going to match what I make full-time working this business part-time by working 1 hour a day. And that 1 hour, I'm going to just go talk to 10 people. Make sure I give out 10 cards, 10 brochures, or 10 postcards, and just share the information with 10 people. When one person say, yeah, I just started my ratio. Now think about this. If I dedicate myself to doing that every day for the next 30 days, don't you know, you ain't working nothing but 30 hours in a whole month, but you talk to 300 people. And how many people you need to be qualified for everything? Two, right?
Two.
Man, look at here. If you talk to 10 people a day, it don't take an hour, I promise you. Yesterday I was on my lunch break. I walked the quick trip to the gas station to get me something to eat right quick. And I gave away 14 flyers. And I was there probably 6 minutes. So it ain't hard. You just got to open your mouth.
And do it. Wow.
And just do it.
Challenge has been set before you. Who's going to run with it? Who is going to run with it? Chris, it's been a great call. We've got to bring it to an end. I'm telling you, it's been some good information shared today. You all better take this and run with it because it works. It works. Let's see who's going to endure until the end. Let's go to Atlanta, Georgia. One star, Kevin Vaughn. Sir, are you here with our post for today?
Absolutely, Pastor and Chris. Wow, what a great call, guys. Y'all excited? Everybody excited out there? Woo! Wow, what an awesome day.
Sir.
Chris, you had a great day, a great time, buddy. Great time, great information. And I like to give this quote out. Wisdom by day, Pastor Denise. This is wisdom by day. I love it.
Yeah.
That's no pun either. I love it. I love it. Hey, guys, real quickly, Pastor, one thing I'm excited about, I mentioned my bishop, John Crenshaw. He did awesome message on believe God for the ridiculous. Come on, guys. You got to believe God for the ridiculous stuff that you need in your life. You know that? And he just gave us a wonderful message from the Word about, as you know, folks, most people on this call know that God cannot fail. He can do anything that he wants to do. So you got to believe God for the ridiculous, and he wants to really bless you each and every day. So guys, believe God for the ridiculous stuff, but you got to ask him, talk to him, talk to yourself, and just believe it's going to happen for you, as Chris talked about today. I'm excited. Hey, real quickly, guys, the theme for today is pressing forward. Pressing forward. I'm going to talk fast about these wonderful quotes here today. First of all, guys, you got to decide what you won't give up on your dreams, that you won't give up on your dreams and desires. Keep pressing forward, right? Believing that you are anointed and empowered. That's your first quote of the day. You are already qualified because you're empowered to do what you need to do with 10, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, our next quote of the day is, we must fight to win, and we must never look back. Keep pressing forward. Oh, no regrets. Hope, love, faith in God is all you need, and that's what we all have today as a family. Hey, the next one comes from Dennis Waitley. He says, don't dwell on what went wrong. It don't matter. Instead, focus on what to do next. Spend your energies on moving forward toward finding the answer. That's what Chris was talking about today, guys. No matter what's going on, you're going to learn from everything. Just keep moving forward. Hey, Pastor Denise and everyone, the last quote of the day. This is powerful. Beginning is hard. Pressing forward, harder. Stop trying. Not an option. To live your dream, begin now. Ladies and gentlemen, do not be denied. Back to you, Pastor Denise and Chris. Y'all, welcome to the future.
Woo! You guys should be loaded up today. I'm telling you, folks should be listening right now. We've got some information on this call today that will just change the world. So let's run with this, family. The vision has been written and it's been made plain. Run with it. Make it happen. You can do it. Chris, thank you so very much. I mean, for someone that's shy, don't like to talk, you sure have a lot of information there to share. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's Chris Day out of Georgia. Family, be back with us tomorrow, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What is today? Thursday. Do not forget, join Mr. T. Show Me the Money Cost tonight, 8 o'clock. And the beautiful Pat Loeb at 9 o'clock. Please reach out with your testimonies. We have more new magnificent testimonies. Reach out to us so we can bring them to the call. at the 7 o'clock. Oh, don't forget, let us know. Pat's looking for some wonderful, amazing. If you have a story, share them with us, share them with Pat so we can get them on the call. And people can hear the wonderful things that these vitamin sprays are doing. They are doing miraculous things. Thank you, family. Love you. Be back tomorrow. You are loved and you are appreciated. Go out there and have a blessing on purpose. God bless you all.